Hey guys, welcome back to another Sunday reading vlog. What day is it? I think it's Friday right now. I might be wrong. I don't really know. No, it is Friday. It's definitely Friday. Okay. July 3rd, and I've got some updates. Well, I have one update and then some book mail and then some plant stuff. But on Sunday, I picked up All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. I read it all in one sitting, and I absolutely loved it. It was so good. I gave it, I think, 4.5 stars, I think, around there. It was amazing. I really, really enjoyed that one. I hadn't read a YA memoir before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I did actually really enjoy it. Not quite as much as, like, adult memoirs or whatever the normal memoir is, because while this one was very heavy hitting and he talked about some very serious topics, I feel like he was maybe a bit restricted in how much he could talk about things because it was geared towards a younger audience. But I do like that this book was YA, because I hope that every young queer kid reads this book, because it was just so good. I ended up sobbing. My intentions for that book was I was going to listen to the audiobook for a half an hour one night before bed, because for me, I find that when I'm starting an audiobook, I need to be in a quiet place where I can give myself time to get used to the audiobook and get myself into it. Whereas if I start the audiobook when I'm on the bus or whatever, I can't focus on it. So I need the first chunk to be at home, and then the rest of it I can listen to it wherever I am. So I was going to just listen to a little bit of it and then save the rest of it for my commute to and from work the next day. And I ended up staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning and just read the whole thing. I couldn't put it down. It was so good. The audiobook is narrated by the author himself, so it had that nice personal touch to it. I just really enjoyed this one, and I definitely recommend it. It was really, really good. So I also have some book mail that came in today, so I'm going to open these up. They're both from Book Depository. So let's see. Dun 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 dun. Yay! Oh wow. Ooh, I love this cover. Look at the back. Oh my god, there's eyes all over the trees. I love that. Oh my god. Yay! And now that completes my trilogy. Where am I gonna put this? That shelf is full. Oh no. I need to make some room. Okay, so Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. This is book 3 in the Winter Night trilogy. Oh, I'm so excited. I've only read the first book so far, and I absolutely loved it. And I've heard amazing things about the rest of the series, especially the finale. I've heard that it's such a perfect ending, so I can't wait to get to it. I'll hopefully be reading them soon. I was saving the next books for when I actually bought them. The first book I read over ebook late last year, I think. And I still love the book, but I don't think ebook is the format that I want to read them in. So I wanted to get a actual copy of them. And now I have the whole trilogy. I'm very excited. So there's that one. And then over here, let's see what we've got. I have a feeling I might know what this is. So let's see. Ooh, yay! Okay, The Wicked King by Holly Black. Nice. Okay, nice. So I think actually, I'm pretty sure I only have one package left from Book Depository coming, because the other day I got the last 2 books in the Diviner series. So I have those now, and then so I think it's just The Queen of Nothing that I'm waiting for now. But I have this now. I have run into this issue with Book Depository a few times now. I've purchased the first book in the series from Indigo, and then I bought the rest of them from Book Depository because things were closed down. So I got the last 2 Diviners book, and I got The Toll by Neil Shusterman, and then I put them on my shelf and realized that they're shorter than the ones that I got from Indigo. I guess they're coming from the UK, so I guess they're the UK editions, and they're just a little bit shorter. And I'm looking at this right now, and I can already tell you that The Cruel Prince is definitely gonna be taller, and I'm so upset. Let me see. So I'll have to make some room to actually fit it on there, but let me just... No! No, it's shorter. Why? I'm so upset. So what is shorter? I'm so sad. Oh, that's gonna bother me for the rest of my life. That's okay though. Whatever. I do strongly prefer having my series to be matching, but what can you do? I'm not gonna go and rebuy the other ones just to have it match. So I guess I'll just deal with it, but I'm low-key salty about it, so damn it. Oh well. Anyways, happy to have this book. Wish it was the Canadian edition or US edition. I guess it actually would be. I'm not sure when I'll be reading it. Probably pretty soon. I mean, I say that about literally every book ever, and then it doesn't happen, but at some point I will read this. So that's it for book updates right now. I haven't picked anything else up yet since I finished All Boys Aren't Blue on Sunday. I've just been really busy. I've been on the phone a lot the last couple days. I had a conference call for work on Tuesday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I talked to one of my best friends ever on the phone for like 3 hours the one day and 4 hours the next day and 2 hours the day after that. And I was talking to another friend on the phone the other day. So I've just been busy socializing basically with friends on the phone. So I haven't been reading at all. So I'll pick something else up soon, I would imagine. Probably tonight. I might edit a video or I might just do that on Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm probably going to pick up a book tonight. I'm not sure which one, but something. But that's all for book updates for right now. I'm going to talk about plants again. I'm very sorry. I know that this is a booktube channel, but this is also just a channel where I talk about things that I enjoy, which is mainly books, but it's also plants recently. And I have nobody else in my life who likes to collect plants as well. My friends will gladly listen to me talk about my plants, but I feel bad like constantly being like, here's all this plant info and here's photos of my plants. Anyways, I got 2 new plants in the last week or so. So this is the first one that I got. She's a spider plant. I had one of my friends name her, so her name is Winona. She is beautiful. She was a lot fuller when I first got her, but I gave her a little haircut. She had a whole bunch of like broken leaves, so I cut those off, and she's already looking a lot happier. And she's got, and there's a little, you can't really see it, but there's a little baby leaf coming up right here, so that's very exciting. So I have this one. And then earlier today, so I now have a problem that I've realized. There's a flower store right across the street from where I work, and they open at 9 o'clock. I normally start work at 10 a.m. I get off the bus at about 9:30, so I have 20 minutes to spare before I have to start my shift, which means I have time to go into this plant store whenever I feel like it. So I went in today and I bought a plant. Look at this. It's so beautiful. This is a snake plant. Oh my god. Also my very first snake plant, and I'm in love. Like, look at the size of this thing. This is like right against my head and it's huge. It was only $15. Like, I just couldn't resist. And like, look how like twisty and cool the leaves are. Oh my god. There's a little baby leaf coming up right here, and there's also this one right here too that's like pretty new as well. I'm so excited. Plants bring me so much joy. I'm about to go and repot that one. I don't like the cheap plastic nursery pot, so I'm going to put it into a terracotta pot of the same size. Anyways, those are my book and also plant updates for right now. I don't think I have anything else to add to that, so I'll end this here for now and catch you later. Bye. At long last, we've reached Sunday. This has been a very long week. I'm absolutely exhausted. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I haven't really slept much at all this week. I've been like staying up all night talking on the phone with one of my best friends. And then the last 2 nights I was up all night reading, which I'll get to in a second. And then today my parents came to visit me and they brought my dogs, and I haven't seen either my parents or my dogs in months. So Oh, it was so nice. I missed my puppies. We just went down to the lake and just hung out, and it was so nice. And I got some puppy snuggles, and it was the best day ever. Oh man. But for books for this week, or since my last update, I guess, I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert the other day, and oh my god, that was amazing. It was so good. I started it on Friday night, and then I finished it last night. So I read it like mostly in one sitting. I stayed up until like 4 or 5 in the morning on Friday night, even though I had to work the next day, because I just couldn't put it down. It was so good. Easily a 5-star. Definitely one of my new favorite romance novels, possibly a new favorite book just in general. This was the definition of a perfect romance novel for me. It had everything that I liked. There was conflict, but it was resolved quickly and with maturity. There was really good communication. There was fantastic rep for anxiety and for chronic pain. It was just done so well. I deal with chronic pain. I'm terrified of doctors, so I've never gotten a proper diagnosis, but I just deal with body pain constantly. I am literally always in pain. I've never really talked about with anybody before like how that affects relationships, but it definitely does. It's not something that I've even shared with previous partners before, but like my pain is constantly on my mind. Basically, whenever I'm dating, I want to go out and like do things with my partner, but I can't because I'm sore. And I can remember so many times of like just pushing myself and hurting myself because I didn't want to say no to a date or to whatever, because, you know, I didn't want to be embarrassed and have to be like, hey, no, I don't want to go out tonight because my body hurts too much. So I would do it anyways and then suffer for the next couple days. That's a very real thing. And like the whole, and like just the anxiety behind it and the guilt and the feeling like a burden and like all that stuff, like that is very relatable. And my pain comparatively isn't even that bad. I've learned how to manage it and how to cope with it without needing painkillers or anything like that. It's tough enough for me. I can't even imagine what somebody who deals with a hell of a lot more pain than I do deals with. But regardless of, you know, comparing my pain to others, it was a really nice thing to read about. I've never seen that kind of rep before in any book, romance or not. I can't think of another book that had a character who dealt with chronic pain. I've never seen that before in a book, and it just made me really happy to see that. And like kind of, I'm not really sure how to words. I'm just really happy. This book was amazing, and I'm so glad that I read it. I was planning on just reading it for like a half an hour. Again, the same thing happened earlier this week, but I was planning on just reading it for like a half an hour before going to bed, and I ended up staying up all night reading the majority of it. So oops, but it's fine. So I finished that last night, 5 stars, and then I immediately started book 2, which is, what is it called? Take a Hint, Dani Brown, I think it is. It's the main character from the first book's sister, and this one has a fake dating trope, which I'm so here for. I'm already in love with both characters. Dani is like a new book girlfriend, and then Red, the male main character from the first book, is also a book boyfriend for me. So like these 2 books are just giving me all the feels. They're giving me all the fictional crushes, which I don't get very often. But like Red is my ideal man. I'm not often interested in men, but if I were going to be, it would be Red. He rides a motorcycle. He wears like vegan leather jackets. He has long ginger hair. I have a thing for guys with long hair. He's an artist. He's sarcastic and witty, and I'm just like, can you just be real so I can marry you, please? Because I need that. I really do. And now in book 2, the main character, Dani, is a professor. She's a witch. She like practices witchcraft. She has a shaved head and bright pink hair, and I'm just like, you're also my type? What? So I'm having a good time here. Just really enjoying these books. They're absolutely fantastic. I'm not super far into book 2 yet. I think I'm only maybe 20% of the way through. I ended up falling asleep reading it last night, which was my intention for the night before, but that didn't happen. Yeah, so I'm not too far in, but I'll probably finish it within the next few days, most likely. I'm just really enjoying these books. I definitely recommend them. But otherwise, that's all that's going on right now for book-related stuff. My new plant baby right here has also been given a name. Her name is Amy. I was messaging a friend and being like, hey, here's my new plant. Do you have any name ideas? And I typoed Annie to Amy, and so now her name is Amy. So there we go. So that about does it for this week, I guess. So I will wrap this up here then. So thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. I'm glad that I finally had a week where I read more than one book and I can talk about multiple books in one vlog. So that's good. But yeah, so thanks for watching and I will catch you guys very soon. Bye.